What is up, SmackNPie here, and welcome back to another Little Nightmares video on the channel. Just when I think we're done with this, it keeps on going. So, a couple of you guys actually told me through the comment sections, and as well as my Discord server, link in the description, that a YouTuber by the name of Viking Gaming posted a couple of videos related to Little Nightmares 2 cut content. What we showed here on the channel a while back, we just showed screenshots, a little bit of animations. They actually showed scenes and playing around. We will tackle each of them in separate videos. I'll put the link in the description, but I wanted to talk about one specific thing, and that was the wilderness, aka the forest, the wasteland alpha build from the past. Now, if you don't know what wasteland is basically the wilderness, the forest hunter part from Little Nightmares 2, the demo that you play, of course, the first beginning part of the game you play. Now, here are a couple of things I would like to show you and talk about it because it just sucks. Now, point number one, I never liked Hunter. One of the main reasons is that his character was given absolutely nothing for us to care about him on a deeper level, as compared to characters such as the Doctor, which has more depth to him than both Teacher and Hunter combined. Then you got this Teacher, and then you got the Thin Man, of course, each character having different layers of depth and meaning to them. But when it comes to the Hunter himself, it is just sad. It sucks that the forest part is so small and it wraps up quickly. And now when we see the alpha build of the wasteland, aka the wilderness or the forest, it makes me even more sad. Now again, I'll put the link in the description, but I want to tackle 3 points in specific. Now, a while back I showed you guys some animations of Mono being tied to a chair. In there, I made a video talking about how the opening of the game was supposed to be you being tied up, either that or you getting to the hunters shack and then getting kidnapped and then trying to get out of the chair that you got strapped on. We now finally see how it would have played out in the game, as you can see on your screens. Again, I'm not going to show you the full thing. I'm only going to show you the parts that actually are relevant to the video because that is not fair to them. By the way, Viking, if you're watching this, I'm just a theorist. I do theory videos and explanation videos on specific video game topics, so feel free to let me know if you would like me to take this down. Anyways, here you see Mono being tied to a chair and 6 being up there instead of the unusual place we saw her, which really throws a wrench in our whole story. This also shows 2 things. Number one, that 6's story here was meant a little bit different compared to what we got. What we got is that 6 being a little bit naive compared to the 6 we got from first Little Nightmares game. She doesn't trust Mono, then slowly she does and whatever, but here at least one thing has been ticked off. The beginning was supposed to be a lot more darker. Point number 2, ladies and gentlemen, is that we get to see an alternate dinner scene. In the original game, we saw the family, the father, the mother, and child eating. But here we see it in a different way. Not only we see how it's a little bit broken, but we also see some other taxidermy hunters experiments outside as well. He's been experimenting this, and he's a lot more aggressive, obsessed with stuff like this, trying to create his own version of his family. You see where I'm going here? Making it a little more dark. This also makes me wonder if there was some dark history of Hunter with his father, considering, you know, the father's model overall look a lot weirder than the others. That is just my personal opinion on this matter. Anyways, connecting this point to the final one, ladies and gentlemen, is that upstairs we saw a lady who had what we wanted, so we dragged that out of her hand. But here we actually see it in a little bit different and more deep sense. We see that same lady, of course unpolished because this was very early build, watching a television. Now, why is this important? This is basically Hunter's granny. In my personal opinion, this is just a theory, don't take it as a fact, but this might be Hunter's granny, whom he saw as someone who's just old, sits on her chair and watch this broadcast or television all day, every day. And trust me, if we've had these small details, these are not big changes, but when you put them in the full game that we got, it would have made Hunter so much more deep. It would have made me like him a lot more and would have made me interested in learning his story. I just gave up in learning his story. Whilst I was playing, I was like, yeah, sure. But here, seeing all this, seeing how he sees his own experiments and how he was trying to create this whole family and the way things pan out, that's why when he caught 6 and Mono and 6 weren't on his priority. See guys, that is deep. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was all the points you needed to know from the Wilderness Alpha build. In my last video, I said this. If you hadn't watched it already, I'll put somewhere up in the cards that one of my biggest things from the game is that it's too short and it is not as dark as it could have been. This was, of course, came after me seeing the cut content. So yeah, next time we will look into the apartment hub, which is single-handedly the most important part of the entire Little Nightmares 2 cut content thingy. Ladies and gentlemen, that would do it for this video. If you liked it and want to see more of Little Nightmares stuff, whether it be cut content, DLC theories, Little Nightmares 3 theories, make sure to like the video and also subscribe and stay tuned for more great stuff coming to this channel. And also follow me on Twitter and Insta at SmackNPie, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care and peace.